Welcome back, everyone. This is week 6. Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful and revolutionary sermons ever given. The Sermon on the Mount, specifically the Beatitudes from Matthew chapter 5. Jesus completely flipped the world's values on their head. While the world tells us to be rich, powerful, and happy all the time, Jesus said something entirely different. He said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." Think about that. It's not about material poverty, but about recognizing our deep need for God. It's about humility. Then he says, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted." This isn't just about losing a loved one. It's about grieving over our own sin, our brokenness, and the brokenness of the world. And the promise is comfort, direct from God Himself. Next, blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Meekness isn't weakness. It's strength under control. It's choosing gentleness and patience instead of aggression and force. Jesus is promising that this quiet strength will ultimately triumph. He continues, "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled." Do you have a deep, desperate craving for things to be right? For justice, for holiness, for God's will to be done? That hunger is a gift, and Jesus promises to satisfy it completely. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. This is a spiritual law. The mercy you give is the mercy you get. When you extend grace and forgiveness to others, God extends that same grace back to you. It's a beautiful, reciprocal promise. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. This is about having a single-minded devotion to God, with no hidden motives or divided loyalties. When your heart is pure, your spiritual vision becomes clear, and you begin to see God in everything. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Notice it doesn't say peace lovers, but peacemakers. This is an active role. We are called to actively build bridges, heal relationships, and bring God's shalom into a chaotic world. When we do this, we reflect the very nature of our Father. Finally, Jesus talks about persecution. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And he gets even more personal. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven. This is the hardest one to swallow. Nobody enjoys being insulted or persecuted. It never feels like a blessing in the moment. But Jesus promises that when we stand for Him and face opposition, our reward isn't just on earth. It's an eternal, heavenly reward. We are walking in the footsteps of the prophets. Sometimes, taking the moral high ground feels lonely and difficult, but Jesus assures us that in the end, this path leads to ultimate victory. Now, let's connect this to our journey of recovery and healing. We need to be mindful of our triggers, both external and internal. Let's start with the external. I want you to make a physical or mental list of the people and places you associate with using substances. Be brutally honest with yourself. Now, here's the hard part. You have to avoid them. A straight-up lie your addicted brain will tell you is, "You're strong enough now. You can go back to that party, hang out with those old friends, and you'll be fine." That is a trap. I'm asking you to commit to 6 months just. 6 months of avoiding these people and places at all costs. This isn't about weakness. It's about being smart. It's about protecting your new life. You're building a fortress. And for now, the drawbridge needs to stay up. Now, for the internal triggers. For most of us, it boils down to the same core emotions that create the craving, anger, fear, depression, and anxiety. Sometimes, it's even the desire to reward ourselves with the escape that substances provide. The key is to become an expert at recognizing these feelings when they arise. When you feel that wave of anger or that knot of anxiety, don't just let it sweep you away. Stop. Call it out for what it is. A passing cloud in your mind. It is not you. It is a feeling, and feelings pass. This is where your tools come in. Snap that rubber band on your wrist. You are a new creation. Now, a very important point. If these emotions, anxiety, depression are overwhelming you to the point where you can't function, you can't get to work, or you can't get out of bed, you may need to see your doctor. There is absolutely no shame in this. Your doctor might refer you to a specialist. I know there's a ridiculous stigma in our society about taking brain medicine, but think about it. The doctor told you that you had a heart condition and needed medicine to live. Would you refuse it because of stigma? Of course not. Your brain is an organ, just like your heart. Sometimes, it needs medical help to heal and rebalance. Please, take care of your whole self. I know I repeat some of these things week after week. There's a reason for that. Human nature to hear something once and forget it. It's easy to not take notes or follow instructions perfectly. But I am telling you, with every fiber of my being, I know that if you follow these steps closely, your life will change. I am praying for you. Please, take this week's message on the Beatitudes and meditate on it. Don't just watch this video once. Continue to go to church every time the doors are open. Immerse yourself. Fill your mind with Christian content, positive nonfiction, and uplifting music. Keep exercising and eating right. Until next week, be smart and stay committed to this immersion. Your new life is worth it. And one last thing. If you've been following these videos and are seeing a real change in your life, please share it in the comments. Your story can be the spark of hope that someone else desperately needs to see. It also helps the algorithm show these videos to more people who are searching for help. I'm not selling anything here. My only goal is to help. Thank you for being on this journey. See you next week.